And good afternoon, and welcome to our special edition of the 12 o'clock afternoon news. And with that, I'm Eric Tallman, Chief Meteorologist. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for the 12 o'clock news extended newscast. We're going to be with you for the next hour or so today with all of our breaking coverage. We've got two breaking stories that we are going to have right now. We actually have one story that has uh, Metro Detroiters that are waiting for public transportation waiting out in the cold. With that story, let's go to Channel 7 ActionNews.com and they'll tell you more on WXYZ.com.
Continue our team coverage now of the winter weather alert for you. After all the snow blanketed Metro Detroit, and many of us are trying to dig out. Right now, road crews working feverishly to clear a 10-foot path down several of the city's roads. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell has been out all morning. She joins us live on Detroit's west side with more now. Kim?
Yes, I'm live right now at 7 Mile and Greenfield. These are main roads, and as you can see, they are snow covered. There are drifts from the clouds in the middle. It is an absolute mess. The back roads are even worse. You are going to want to take a shovel if you are traveling anywhere and have it in your car in case you get stuck in a drift and need to dig yourself out. As for buses, they are a mess too. These people across the street waiting at that bus stop, they tell me they have been waiting for 2 hours for a bus already. It is hard to get anywhere in Detroit.
Some drivers abandoned their cars in snow above their bumpers. Others somehow made it through.
You know, I get stuck a little bit, but I plowed through it.
But even a bigger ride doesn't make getting around easy. You can see this bus fishtail on Woodward near 7 Mile in Detroit. DDOT says other buses got stuck. Plus, more than 20% of DDOT drivers called in, saying they either couldn't make it to work on time or at all because of the snow. Riders waited and waited.
I've waited about, an hour and 15 minutes?
I waited a whole hour and a half for the first bus.
I waited for about 2 hours.
They waited in cold temps as the wind whipped snow that stung any uncovered skin and left eyes burning.
This is crying weather here. This is actually crying weather.
DDOT says bus riders can use the DDOT Bus app that tells you when buses are expected to arrive and prepare for the cold.
You have to dress up for this type of weather. It's mandatory.
How did you stay warm waiting for 2 hours?
Well, I've been helpful. I've been trying to keep myself warm by helping people that get stuck and everything, just to waiting on the bus car. Trying to be a good Samaritan.
I feel so bad for people waiting out in these elements for these buses. As I told you, these folks here at 7 Mile and Greenfield, they have been waiting for 2 hours already, and I just checked that app, the DDOT Bus app. You can get it on your iPhone or on your Android. They have another 45 minutes to wait before a bus is going to be here to pick them up. It is brutal out here for them. Just know, if you're heading out, that's what you're going to be dealing with. Reporting live in Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kim Russell, for that story in Detroit, Michigan. Unfortunately, people that are going to be waiting for buses anytime soon, especially today, even though that we've got more snow coming. We're going to talk about the weather in just a little bit. We have another breaking story that is now coming into us as we continue to tell you more about the major dig out in southeast Michigan and Detroit. Here's another story that we have for you.
Monday's massive snowstorm creating a Monday mess on the roadways. Far too many drivers found themselves struck and stranded.
Doing a lot of pushing there, right?
They are.
7 Action News reporter Ronnie Dahl hit the neighborhoods to offer a lending hand today. And Ronnie joins us live from Detroit's west side with more on this. You found a lot of good Samaritans out there today, didn't you, Ronnie?
We really did. I have to tell you, there were numerous times today I was wondering if we were going to be the ones in need of help, because a lot of Detroit neighborhood streets look exactly like this one. A snowplow has yet to be through, and unless you have four-wheel drive, navigating this deep snow is no easy task. Roadways wrapped in a thick blanket of snow, hard to maneuver, impassable to some.
Time to go to work.
So I grab my shovel and head off to offer a helping hand. But I'm here to rescue you. It's Ronnie to the rescue. With the help of a neighbor, we shovel and push. Still no luck. Then more muscles arrive.
I just stopped, seen the guy in need. Why not assist him?
A few more tries, our stranded driver is off. It's high fives all around.
Without you, we couldn't have done it, man.
We got to work together. Community that sticks together, stays together.
A few blocks away, we find another person in need. More strangers stop, and before long, Janine Burke's car is moving again.
Thank you. I was going to the store and this happened.
It's hard work pushing people out of the...
Oh, it's hard. I've never done it before. First time for everything.
It was a lot of hard work. I was exhausted by the end of the day. Now, the city does have private contractors tackling the residential streets. They got about 25% of the roadways done late this afternoon. They'll be working through the night and hope to have all of the neighborhoods hit at least once by early tomorrow morning. Problem is, those snowplows are just doing a path down through the middle of the street. So help them out. Get your cars off of the roads. That way you also don't get plowed in. For now, we are live on the city's west side. Back to you.
And have a sore back tomorrow, I think, Ronnie. You and everyone else in Metro Detroit, right? Thanks so much for your work.
Exactly.
Don't forget, lift with your left.
And thank you so much for that report. Now, with all the different stories that we've been dealing with, this has just been outrageous. I'm going to tell you that right now. We have one more story that we're going to cover for you, and it's still about drivers digging out of the snow. We have another report, and this is actually in regards to the winter storm of 2015. And that is our new title for all of our breaking news. And here's another report from Metro Detroit on WXYZ TV Detroit, Channel 7.
We're enjoying ourselves, but if you went outside today, you know how bad most of the roads all around Metro Detroit are, let alone my apartment complex.
One community hurting so much they can't even pay for snow removal. 7 Action News reporter Jeff Vaughn has more tonight live. Jeff.
Well, Glenda, good evening. Take a look here behind me. This is one of the side streets in Pontiac, and you can take a look. It is just an absolute mess. We have seen a number of people get stuck here, and you'll see more in that piece we have coming up in just a second. But first, it seems that a dispute between the city and the contractor to remove all the snow last year ended up in a lawsuit. And this year it looks like, well, things aren't any different. In a neighborhood off Woodward Avenue in Pontiac, drivers are struggling.
Crazy. It's not good at all.
Action News has learned the city of Pontiac does not clear the roads. The city's budget is crunched. Snow removal was an expense the city could not pay for. And last year, a private contractor was hired to remove the snow. Do you think that they're doing a good enough job?
No, not at all.
We sprang into action, helping helpless drivers. Many stuck in snowdrifts, still left over from Sunday's storm. Their only help seems to be each other.
Half of the time of this, people in the community doing the roads, and not the city.
Good Samaritans like Joshua Leduc plow the roads for his neighbors needing help.
I think what was clear on this road when I came home from work was from people driving on it today.
The main roads of Pontiac are mostly clear. Oakland County hits just a few of the busiest roads. All the side streets, like this one, are handled by a private contractor. Many here say they never see a plow.
Secondary roads don't seem to be a priority for their contractor.
Well, last year, that private contractor, scheduled to remove the snow here in the city of Pontiac, sued the city for $140,000 for non-payment. My calls to City Hall today to find out what the plan is for this year were not returned. We're live in Pontiac tonight. Jeff Vaughn, 7 Action News.
Thank you, Jeff.
And thank you so much for clicking in with us once again. We are going to actually talk about that in just a second or so. But we basically want to know from you all of the different types of concerns that you might have as well. So we're sorry about that. That just came into us, obviously. But actually, we just want to know from you what you think. With all of the cases and stories that we've heard today, You can actually hear the cries for help in southeast Michigan and Metro Detroit. I mean, even people, even in Macomb County, are struggling just trying to dig out from all that snow that we received from Mother Nature, unfortunately. And a lot of people are still stranded, and cars are being stuck and everything like that. I mean, all over, even in the suburbs of Metro Detroit, people are getting stuck as well. So we'll have much more on the breaking news of the Winter Storm 2015, and I am Eric Tolman with you. Please stay with me, and I will have more stories on all of what you need to know. And you can also find me on Twitter at EricTolman3 on Twitter.com. If you have any questions about my stories, please tweet me at EricTolman3 on Twitter.com. That's the very latest that I have here in the breaking newsroom. We've got more just ahead after these breaking messages. We'll be back at 12:30 with more on the winter storm of 2015. We'll be back.